Once upon a time, in a peaceful and green forest, there lived an old owl in a very tall tree. Unlike other animals, he didn't talk much, didn't fly around. He just observed. With his feathers ruffled by the gentle breeze, he spent his days perched at the very top, dozing off between long moments of quiet watching. From high above, the owl saw everything. He saw the kind little rabbit, always eager and bright-eyed, helping old Granny Turtle carry heavy firewood up the hill, even though it made him huff and puff. He saw the young squirrel, who sometimes shouted angrily at her parents, stamping her tiny feet just because she was called home early from play. And, of course, the owl noticed the sneaky little weasel, who thought he was oh so clever, borrowing fruit from the bird's basket and running away, his giggles echoing through the leaves. The wise old owl didn't miss a thing. He saw kindness, he saw tempers, and he saw mischief. But still, he didn't flap his wings or call out from the treetop. Instead, he simply watched, his big round eyes blinking slowly, soaking in the world below. Every day, the forest was full of noise and excitement. Sometimes, the owl would open just one eye, listening as birds and squirrels argued over the best spots to collect nuts. Down below, a bear cub and a prickly little hedgehog might squabble over a shiny red apple, their voices rising in a jumble of huffs and squeaks. Through it all, the owl stayed quiet, his eyes closing once more. He listened, not just to words, but to everything. The wind, the laughter, the little sighs of sadness that sometimes floated up to his high perch. He thought to himself in his gentle, silent way, "Silence helps me hear what others miss." And so, while the rest of the forest was busy chattering, the owl made a habit of listening carefully, collecting stories and secrets like treasures in his mind. One day, something unusual happened. The young rabbit, looking a little worried, hopped up to the base of the owl's tree. He knocked gently on the old hollow door. Soon, the squirrel, the bear cub, and the hedgehog lined up behind him, each with a worried look. The owl opened his door, his eyes wise and kind. The rabbit shuffled his feet and spoke softly. "Mr. Owl, I argued with Squirrel. I don't know how to fix it." The owl nodded, his feathers rustling quietly. "Listen before you react," he said, his voice as soft as a breeze. "If you understand why your friend is upset, you'll know how to make peace." From that day on, whenever the animals had troubles or doubts, they came to seek the owl's advice. They realized that the owl's words, though few, were always full of wisdom. Even the squirrel, who usually had so much to say, paused to listen when the owl spoke. One sunny afternoon, the rabbit looked up at the owl with big, curious eyes. "Mr. Owl, how come you don't talk much, but everyone listens to you?" he asked. The owl smiled, his face gentle and kind. "Because I see a lot, hear a lot, and only speak when my words are truly needed," he replied. A warm golden light seemed to shine on the old owl's face, making his eyes twinkle with a quiet wisdom. After that, the forest slowly grew calmer. The animals smiled more, helped each other, and even the little weasel learned to ask before taking. Rabbit, squirrel, and bear shared fruits together and laughed, learning that listening and understanding made their days much happier. And so, thanks to the wise advice of the old owl, the forest became a friendlier, kinder place. Mussies. The owl, content, curled up in his cozy nest and drifted off to sleep, while the stars twinkled above. Remember, a wise one isn't the one who speaks the most, but the one who listens the best. Do you want to be wise like the owl? Start by listening before you speak.